Go. Flyers taking on the Blues. Orangeville to take the draw, won by the Blues. Played to the near boards. The Flyers blue line chipped up by O'Shea. Just over the Blues blue line. Nickel picks it up, changes directions, brings the puck in the near corner. Blues get a piece of it, chip to the half boards. Blues the skate out. In the Flyers zone. Shot. Had saved by Dittman. Wasn't sure where the rebound was. Flyers cleared to the near corner. Chipped up the board. Nickel at the blue line. Couldn't quite get it out. O'Shea. We'll get the puck into somebody's stick. Ambrosio picks it up and begins to break out. Ambrosio through neutral ice, in over the blue line. Let's shot go. Blocker saved by the Blues. Rebound comes to O'Shea at the blue line. Couldn't quite handle it. Blues pick it up. Been a good breakout. Through neutral ice. Blues shot. Another pad saved by Dittman. Puck goes to the far corner. Played to the point. Savory fires it to the blue line. Gets it out. Blues get a piece of it and dump it back in. O'Shea gets there first. Tries to throw it up the boards, but picked up by the Blues. Savory to the blue line. Not out. Shot. Rubbed down by Dittman. Puck goes behind the net. O'Shea takes down his man. No call. No backhand. That one to Lunny at the half boards. Lunny chips it up to center ice. They weren't sure who was going to take it. He was bringing it in just offside. 8:18 to go in the first period. McMillis off the break or off the draw, gets it to Way. Way chips it to the blue line, not out. Blues fire it behind the net. Picked up by DeCamillis. He'll throw it off the far boards to Felix. Felix lifts it to center ice to Guglietti. Just couldn't keep moving with it. Good battle. Way and Guglietti hit it off the Blues player. Chipped to center ice by Matz. Blues pass it around neutral ice to the Flyers blue line and in. Cross ice. The stick shot off the side of the net. Blues pick up that puck. Center it. A little too far. It goes out of the Flyer zone. Guglietti giving chase. Picked up by DeCamillis to the blue line. Way outside. Good read by DeCamillis. Pick up that puck. Just couldn't get it in on time. Ambrosio back for the draw, just outside the blue zone. He'll win it to Nickel. Nickel gets a piece of it into some skates. Ambrosio kicks it to a stick and dumps it in. Lunny on the forecheck to Ambrosio. He'll get a piece of it. Nickel swipes at it, gets it to back in the zone, but the Blues will clear it out. Blues through neutral ice, chip it in to the Flyer zone. Jeffrey Stedman. Centering attempt, past his man. Lunny picks it up, throws it off the boards. Lunny's got some room down the wing, in over the blue line. Lets one go high over the net. Rebound comes through the near boards. Nickel, he's there to keep it in. Gets it to the slot. Ambrosio tried to backhand that to Lunny, picked off by the Blues. Played to the blue line. Sloan off the far boards and back in. Played to the blue line, kept in, just out by Sloan. Blues step around him. Fire across ice and over the blue line. Shot, glove by Dittman. And he'll hold that for a whistle. 6:19 to go in the period. Shelford in on the draw. He'll win that back to O'Shea. O'Shea to the far corner. Tries to get up the boards. Picked off by the Blues, and they'll fire it wide of the net. Andrade along the boards. Still battling on his knees. Savory steps in. Telford helps him out. Telford up to Felix. Felix skates through neutral ice. Gains the Blues zone. Tries to step around the D, but gets tied up. Blues throw it to the half boards. Loose puck. Savory steps in. Lets one goes towards the net. Bouncing puck. Loose in front. And the Blues will fire that to their goalie for a whistle. Telford back in for the draw. Felix sets up in the middle. Won by Telford, a little too clean out of the Blues zone. O'Shea gets there first, gets it to Andrade. Andrade chips it towards the net. Blues lift it high to the blue line and out. O'Shea back at center ice to pick up that puck. He'll fire it off the boards, back to Andrade and over the blue line. Andrade across to Felix. Felix just gets a stick check. Blues pick it up and bring it out. Blues lift it over the blue line, down in the far corner. O'Shea, he's there, he pins his man, puck goes to the corner. O'Shea chips at it, gets it to Telford, just overskated it. Blues behind the Flyers net to the far corner. And a player out front. Blues in the near corner. Switch direction and fire to the far side. O'Shea backhands that to Felix. Just couldn't chip it around his man. Shot thrown towards the net. Dittman with the save. And the Flyers will pass around the near boards to the blue line, kept in. Thrown towards the net. O'Shea doing a good job clearing, keeping his man tied up. Savory to center ice to Telford over the blue line. Sends it wide. Telford still with the puck, gets it in deep. Guglietti walks out with it, shot through the blue line. And the Blues will capitalize. They'll pick it up, couldn't get it out. Puck along the near boards, finally comes out. They'll send it across ice. Way. He'll get there first. Puck comes out. DeCamillis picks it up. Skates it behind his own net. Comes up the near boards. To the blue line. Runs into some traffic, but gets the puck to Guglietti. Guglietti over the blue line. Gets taken down. Lunny in the far corner. Picks up that puck. Centers it to DeCamillis. He shoots. Blocked in front. Puck comes to the blue line. Kept in by Way. Way off the boards to DeCamillis. DeCamillis into some traffic. He'll get a piece of it and backhand that behind the Blues net. Guglietti hard into the boards. Blues to the blue line and out. Mass is there to send it back in the blue zone. Guglietti had to clear out. Blues trip to center ice. Mass cross ice over the blue line. No ice. Ice is waved off. Blues get there first. DeCamillis keeps it in. Chips it back to the far corner. Guglietti steps around one. Cross ice. Lunny had his tick tied up. Lunny in along the boards. Chipped out by the Blues to center ice. In the Flyer zone. Mass with some good D. Gets back. Puck still there. Lifted high by Mass. And Way chips it to center ice. Blues along neutral ice. Fire back into the Flyer zone along the far boards. Way waits there. Chips it off the boards to the Blues blue line. Nickel. Couldn't quite get a piece of it to keep it in. Ambrosio pressuring his man. Way at the blue line. Keeps it out. And the Blues will dump it in. Mass behind the Flyers net. Switches directions. Backhands that to the half boards. Picked up by the Blues. Will send it in. Blues behind the Flyers net. Centering attempt. Good play by Nickel. Gets it to Ambrosio. Ambrosio through neutral ice. And over the blue line, just offside. Felix had an extra stride. .147 to go in the period. Ambrosio on the draw. Puck was left there. Felix just overskated it. Blues throw it to the blue line and out. Sloan chips it down the far wing. Blues stretch pass to their own blue line, and they'll begin the breakout. A little too much on that one. And that'll go for icing. Face off. Deep in the blue zone. Telford to take the draw. Blues puck in front. Blues goalie stabs out of that. Gets to the blue line. Not quite out yet. Second effort by the Blues. They'll bring it out. Lunny in over the blue line. A little bit of a hook shot. Saved by the Blues goalie. Rebound comes to Sloan at the point. He'll let one go. Bouncing puck. Lunny leaves it to Telford. Telford gets it to Lunny. Shot. Loose puck. Andrade couldn't quite get a piece of it. Or enough of it to get it on net. Blues to the blue line. Hops over Sloan's stick. Lunny's back to relieve Sloan's pressure. Gets it to Telford at the blue line. Blues were changing, so we had a bit of room. In over the blue line, Lunny picks it up. Walks around. Gets it to Telford's backhand. Telford couldn't control it, and Blues capitalized. They'll bring it out. Coming down the near wing. Behind the Flyers net. Loose guy out front. Pass back to the blue line. Shot. Wide of the net. And the Blues will get that for high stick. 18 and a half seconds to go in the period. Face-off will come outside the Flyer zone. DeCamillis in for the draw. He'll win that back to Savory. Savory gets it to center ice and into the blue zone. Guglietti giving chase. Good pressure. Back to Savory at his own blue line. Throws it off the boards, but into the Blues player. DeCamillis off the boards. Guglietti stick checked. In over the blue line. Weak shot, not enough. Too late. That'll do it for the first period. No score after one. I'm good. I need to get more shots on net. It's pretty even. Yeah. We have a couple of good ones. Here we go to start the second period. Duke Camillus take the draw. Bit of a battle between Felix and the winger. Felix gets the puck at center ice, in over the blue line. He'll take it wide, skates around his man, centers it, loose puck in front, can't bury it, scores! Felix with the goal on the rebound. That's how we want to start the period. We got away with a hook there, but Millis back out to take the draw. He'll win it back. Savory gets it to the near boards. Picked up by Felix. He'll bring it back into the blue zone. Shot from out front. Gloved down by the Blues goalie. Ambrosio in to take the draw. Deep in the blue zone. Blues won it, but Ambrosio picks it up. Loose puck in front, shot. Good save by the Blues goalie. Nickel and Ambrosio along the boards. Chipped up outside of the zone to Mass. Mass holds it, gets it to Ambrosio, just over his stick. Blues will send it back into the Flyer zone. Ways back to pick that puck up. Skates it to the near corner. That was dangerous. Played in front of his net. Mass gets it to Nickel. Nickel tried to get it to Ambrosio at the center ice, but couldn't quite get there. Brought in just offside by Nickel. Ambrosio in for the draw. He'll win it back to Jeffrey Stedman. Jeffrey Stedman throws it into the blue zone, just over the blue line. The Blues pick it up. Played to the blue line. Nickel kept it in, but the Blues chipped it out the second effort. Cross ice, backhand, in on net. Dittman is there to cover it. Telford in for the draw, deep in the Flyer zone. Won by the Blues to the blue line. Let's step around shot. Pad saved by Dittman. Blues play to the near boards. Kept in deep. Shot. Blocked in front by Jeffrey Stedman. Sloan gets that up to the Flyers just a little too far. That'll go for icing. Telford back in to take the draw. He'll win it. Sloan in the near corner. Brings it around to the far side. It's bumped. Blues come up with the puck in the corner. Centering attempt. Sloan gets a stick on it. Centering a cross ice pass. Blues player wasn't expecting it. Shot from the point, wide. Flyers need to get organized here. The Blues are all over them. Behind the net. He'll walk out. Let one go. Shot. deflected and in the net. 12:45 to go in the second period. Let's go, boys. DeCamillis in for the draw after that Blues goal. He'll win it, but picked up by the Blues. They'll backhand that one deep in the Flyer zone. Pittman will just cover it for a whistle. DeCamillis wins it. Gets it to Guglietti. He'll just turn on the jet skate behind his defenseman. In over the blue line. Walks in. Shot. Goalie made the save, but didn't have the rebound. Comes to the point. Blues chip it to the blue line. Not out. Guglietti, DeCamillis, and O'Shea battling along the boards. O'Shea comes up with it. Gets it to Lunny. Lunny lets one go. Into the glove. Stay away from his glove, boys. DeCamillis in for the draw. He'll win that. Guglietti picks it up. Shot off the side of the net. Guglietti picks up the rebound. Tries to jam it home, but Blues goalie will cover that for a whistle. DeCamillis back in for the draw. He had the stick tied up. Blues win it. Fired off the boards. DeCamillis picks it up. Lets one go. Shot. And he'll cover that. Flyers are changing. Ambrosio steps in for the draw. Blues win it. Played off the boards. Ambrosio's there in his feet. No Flyers there to support him. Played off the boards. Ambrosio picks it up. Gets it to Nickel. Nickel lets a shot go. High and in the net. Oh boy, number 97, Caden Nickel. Way to answer, boys. Ambrosio in to take the draw. He'll win that back to Mass. The blue line. Mass to the boards. Cross ice, just out of the reach of Felix. Felix chips it over the blue line. They overskated it. Nobody knows where it was. Picked up by the Blues. They'll send it to the far side and out of the zone. Into the Flyers' far corner. Blues with possession. Got a man wide open out front. Shot blocked in front. Picked up by Nickel. He'll send that off the boards to Felix. Felix has a step. He'll walk in. Lets one go. Shot. Loose puck. In front. Out. Oh, just out of the reach away. That'll go out. Mass picks that up in his own zone. Blues chasing. Mass hits the brakes. Changes directions. Tries to clear to the blue line. Picked up by the Blues. Backhand. Shot. Wide of the net. Ambrosio chips it off the boards. Ambrosio cross ice to Felix. Felix needs to move it. No icing. Blues get there first. Fight around the near boards. Andrade, he comes in off the bench. Gets it to Ambrosio. Blues steal it. Clear the zone. Andrade applying pressure. Blues chip it in the rest of the way. Sloan in the far corner. Huntsman centering pass past everybody. Andrade picks it up. A little too much on that receive. Backhands that to Ambrosio and over the blue line. All kinds of traffic. Blues clear it to Sloan at center ice. He'll dump it back in, and the Blues send it back to center ice. Sloan to Andrade. Andrade tries to step around his man. Telford steps into it, blocks the pass. Blues throw it off the boards, and that was over the bench. 9:47 to go in the period. Telford in for the draw. Bouncing puck into the ref skates. Kicked forward by Lunny. Lunny gets a shot off. Right back to the blue line. Hops over Sloan's stick. Jeffrey Stedman at the red line. Backhands that to Lunny. Lunny across to Andretti. Andretti winds up. Shot. Right into the glove. Stop shooting for their glove, boys. Shoot for them. Telford wins the draw. Picked up by the Blues to the blue line, and they'll chip it out. Through neutral ice into the Flyer zone. He'll shift it into the far corner. Jeffrey Stedman on his man. Blues walk up with it. Telford with a good read. Picks up the puck, skates it out of the Flyer zone. Along the wing, in over the blue line. Steps around 1D. Back across. Shot just over the net. Rebound in the far corner. Andretti backhands that to Lunny. Lunny lets one go. Wide of the net again. Rebound. Picked up by Telford. Telford in the near corner. Chips it behind the net to Andretti. Andretti steps out with it to Lunny. Lunny with the shot. Blocked in front. Andretti with the shot. Goalie saves. Loose puck in the blue paint. Still there. Comes out. And I think they'll cover that for a whistle. Yep. DeCamillis in for the draw. Loose puck. DeCamillis had a stick tied up. Blues pick it up and skate it out of their zone. Across the Flyers' blue line. Cross-ice pass. Picked up by Felix. Felix begins the breakout. Steps around one. Got some room. Cross-ice to Guglietti just below his stick. Guglietti in the far corner. Chips it to the point. To O'Shea. O'Shea lets one go. Shot, score! I think that was Felix. Felix tipped that off the O'Shea shot. 3-1 Flyers, 8:06 to go in the period. DeCamillis in for the draw. Won by the Blues. Picked up by Guglietti. He'll have it stripped off his stick through the blue line. Blues skate into DeCamillis, and the Blues are going to the box for 2 minutes. 2 minutes for body contact. Flyers power play. 7:52 to go in the period. Ambrosio in on the draw. He's trying to direct traffic, but nobody's listening to him. Ambrosio wins it. Nickel backhands that to the half boards. Mass steps in, gets it to Lunny. Lunny with the shot off a skate. Lunny picks up the rebound. Shot right into the glove. Ambrosio back in on the draw. Scrum draw. Picked up by the Blues, fired to the near corner. Off the glass, to the blue line and out. Way. Picks it up and neutral ice. Fires it to the far corner. Nickel. Blues get it to the blue line and out. Way. Picks up the puck in his own zone. Brings it behind the Flyers net. And starts to break out on the near boards. Off the boards to Lunny. Lunny into some traffic. Way just skates right through them. Gets the puck into the Blues zone. A little confusion there, not sure where it was. Bouncing puck picked up by Way. He'll fire that in the blue zone. Way with a good stick, gets it to Nickel. Nickel over the blue line. In some traffic. Nickel. How's it stripped? To the blue line. Not quite kept in there. Mass. Off the far boards. Back into the blue zone. Flyers need to regroup and get this set up. Shot. Down the length of the ice. Dimman will cover that for a whistle. The Blues player was pressing. 41 seconds to go in the period, or the penalty. Yeah, 15 minutes. Telford in for the draw. He'll win that. Pick it up. Tries to get it to Felix along the boards. Blues steal it. Felix gets it out. Gets it to Andretti. Andretti, one-on-one, in over the blue line. He skates around him. Lets one go. Shot behind the net. Rebound to the near boards. Picked up by Telford. Telford backhands that to Sloan at the point. Sloan sends it back in for Telford. He'll let it go. Felix. Good beat. Sloan back at the blue line. Dumps it into the near corner for Telford. Telford sets it up to Andretti. Andretti with the shot. Felix couldn't quite pull the trigger on that one. The goalie jumped on it. Five seconds to go on the penalty. 5:56 to go in the period. Telford in on the draw. Scrum. Picked up by Andretti. Blues bat that one to the far corner. Andretti gets there first. Gets it behind the net to Felix. Felix in the near corner along the boards. Blues player to the blue line. Kept in by Sloan. He'll throw it towards the net. Shot wide. Blues pick it up. Throw it off the boards. Telford's there. Doesn't quite keep it in. Blues chip it around the defenseman. Pick up that loose puck. Andretti all over his man. Loose puck in front. Picked up by Telford. Telford skates around one. Gets it off the boards to Felix. Felix has a look. Centers it to Andretti. Andretti backhands that to Telford. Over the blue line. Into some traffic. Flyers D were changing. They had nobody at the blue line. Passed up. Intercepted by Savory. A lot of people on the ice there for the Flyers changing. Loose puck. Dumped in by the Blues. O'Shea giving chase in the far corner. He'll send it to the blue line. Guglietti lifts the stick of the Blues player to keep that puck coming out of the zone. Blues pass it back to their own zone. Off the Flyers player and goes wide. Blues win the foot race. On the far boards. They'll come up with it. Get Savory. Savory to DeCamillis. He'll send it off the boards. And keeps going. DeCamillis over the blue line. Has the stick checked. Centering. Out front. Loose puck. And the goalie will glove that one in. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. DeCamillis in for the draw. Won by the Blues. He'll throw it off the far boards. Picked up by Guglietti, spinning at the blue line. Into some skates, picked up by the Blues. They'll skate it out. And over the Flyers' blue line. Got some daylight shot. Bouncing puck. O'Shea got. Ambrosio, he wins the draw. Nickel picks it up. Has it batted off a stick by the Blues. Blues in over the Flyers zone. Cross ice pass. Picked up by Nickel. He'll backhand that one to center ice. Over the blue line. Icing's waved off. Felix is in on the chase. Picked up by the Blues. They'll fire it to the near boards. Nickel steps up. Gets a piece of it. Andretti with the shot just wide of the net. I think the goalie got a piece of that one. Nickel back to Felix in front. Played to the blue line. Kept in by Way. Way steps around one. Walks back in the middle. Winds up. Lets one go. Scores! Way puts one in. 3:01 to go in the. Ambrosio in on the draw. He'll win it. Picked up by the Blues. Nickel giving chase. The Blues bringing it into the Flyers' zone. Shot. Saved by Dittman. Way picks up that loose puck. Fires it off the boards to the blue line. Kept in. Bouncing puck. Dittman, I think, got a toe on that one. Puck to the far blue line. Blues still with the possession. Picked up by Ambrosio. He'll get that to Felix, breaking out of the zone. Felix through neutral ice. Tries to chip it around the defender. Second effort. Felix in the near corner. Skates it behind the net. Picked up by the Blues. Fired to the near boards. Flyers were changing. Blues pick up that loose puck to send it across the ice. Over the Flyers blue line. Shot. Saved by Dittman. Rebounded in the near corner. Sloan. Applying pressure on his man. Telford steps in to give him a hand. Telford. Andrade in over the blue line. There's some daylight. Lets one go. Shot off the post. Rebound comes to the near boards. Picked up by the Blues. Lunny applying pressure. Gets it to the far corner. And Blues get it to the blue line and a cross-ice pass. Intercepted by Lunny. He'll get it in the blue line. Andrade picks it up. Lets it go again. Over the net. Lunny. Centering attempt. Hit a skate. Second effort comes to the blue line and out. Hops over Sloan's stick. Jeffrey Stedman back in his own zone. Plays it off the boards. Lunny in a good battle. To the blue line and out. Back in the Flyers zone. Picked up by Telford. Telford. Cross. To a Blues player, and they'll just send it back in the Flyer zone. Off the skate. Jeffrey Stedman. Backing at it. Puck still there. In the far corner. Telford gets it up a little bit. And the Blues center it and get a shot wide of the net. Camillus to Lunny at the blue line. Lunny capitalizing on the Blues player tripping. The blue line shot. Above the net again. DeCamillis gets hooked. Sloan at the point. Lets one go. Blocked in front by the Blues player. 20 seconds to go in the period. Blues get the red line and dump it in. Jeffrey Stedman. Nobody's moved for it. Puck comes to the half boards, the blue line and out. DeCamillis. Guglietti 2-on-1. The blue line shot. Rebound. Picked up by the Blues, and they'll just clear the zone. That'll do it for the second period. 4-1 Flyers after 2. We're going to start the third period. DeCamillis in for the draw. He'll win it into some traffic. Blues pick it up and skate it into the Flyer zone. Savory steps into his man. Blues win that foot race. Blues walk it out, spin it around. Into DeCamillis skates. Savory backhands to the blue line, not out. Second effort gets to Felix. Felix sends it to Guglietti at the center ice. Guglietti gets to the blue line. Takes it wide. Cross ice. Played back to the blue line by the Blues. Savory sends it back in for Felix. Savory pinches. Gets the puck in. DeCamillis bumps his man. And the Blues lift that high and out of their zone. just into the Flyer zone. O'Shea getting pressured, gets the puck to the near corner along the boards. DeCamillis to the blue line, not out. O'Shea back to the blue line, kept in by the Blues again. DeCamillis. Finally, the Flyers get it out. Guglietti at center ice. Blues turn around, go the other direction. Good stick by O'Shea to break up that play. Up to Andrade. Andrade across to Felix. Felix lets that go off the boards. Gets it back to Ambrosio. Ambrosio backhands it off the pad. Andrade couldn't quite get there in time to pull that trigger. Blues bring it out through neutral ice and into the Flyer zone. Mass keeping his man on the outside. Steered wide by Dittman. Lunny tries to feed it through the skates. Gets a piece of it to center ice. Ambrosio picks that errant pass up. In over the blue line. Just lost it at the blue line. Mass swipes at it, but the Blues step around him. Over the blue line, stretch, cross ice pass, broken up by Way. Played to the blue line, not out. Blues get a shot off, pad saved by Dittman. Puck comes to the blue line and out. Lunny picks that puck up in neutral ice. He's getting all kinds of pressure. Lunny lifts one. I think the tender got a glove on that one. Puck comes to the half boards, to the Blues blue line. They'll lift it off the glass and out. Mass. He collects it. Misplayed it. Blues chip it into the Flyer zone. Mass gets there first. Telford and Mass in the far corner or near corner. Blues behind the Flyers net. They'll spin around. Centering attempt. Right on Way's stick. Way gets it to the far boards to Lunny. Lunny off the boards. And he's away. Lots of pressure. Gets it across to Nickel. Nickel with a shot above the net. Flyers still with the puck. Throw it towards the net. Weak shot blocked in front. And the keeper will cover that. A bit more pushing and shoving after the whistle there. Face off in the blue zone. 11:38 to go in the period. Telford in on the draw. One by the Blues, picked up by Nickel. Nickel with a shot. Felix couldn't see it. Back. Thrown towards the net. Felix picks it up. Centers it. Picked off by the Blues. Blues the fire around the far boards. Sloan steps in. Lets one go. Loose puck. Got some chippy Blues players after the whistle. Telford in for the draw. One by the Blues to the far corner. Thrown off the boards. Felix gets a piece of it, just not quite enough. Nickel has his stick tied up. Gets it to the center ice. Blues fire it to the far boards. Felix keeps it in the far corner. Blues come up with it, chip it off the boards. Felix to Telford. Telford with a backhand just wide of the net. Telford in the near corner, stripped by the Blues. They'll skate it out. And over the Flyers blue line, offside. I guess there's a timeout. .45 to go in the third period. Jacob Ellis in for the draw. He'll win it. Blues will capitalize in over the Flyers' blue line. Shot. Grabbed by Dittman. Jacob Ellis back in for the draw. Won by the Blues. Played back to the point. Shot tipped high. O'Shea gets a stick on it to Guglietti. Guglietti will get it out of the blue line. The Flyer zone, chips it up to Lunny. Lunny in over the blue line. He'll spin. Backhands that to Guglietti. Guglietti, Jacob Ellis, shot. I don't know how that one stayed out. Guglietti with the puck. Backhands that one to the blue line and out. Stretch pass. Blues paired, playing high. He'll pick it up, skate behind the Flyers net. Savory gets a piece of it to the far corner. Blues. Jacob Ellis strips it to the blue line. Lunny couldn't quite reach for it. O'Shea. Off the near boards to Guglietti. Just out of his reach. Blues change direction, fire it into the Flyer zone. Savory. Off the boards to Lunny. Lunny chips it up to the blue line, just hops over Guglietti's stick. That'll go into the blue zone. Played off the boards. Kept into the blue line by O'Shea. Blues swiped at it and got it out. Lunny with some good back pressure. Lunny back over the blue line. Lets one go high above the net. Guglietti turns it around. Walks out front into some feet. Jacob Ellis with a shot. Blocked in front by Guglietti. Savory winds up from the point. Lets one go just wide. Blues at the blue line. Guglietti breaks that up. Keeps it in. Lunny into some skates. Sends it to the far boards. And chips it into the Blues zone. Blues get the red line. Fire it on net. Dittman steers it to the far corner. Bass under some pressure. Blues come up with it. Telford in to help him out. Gets it to the blue line. Kept in by the Blues. Thrown behind the Flyers net. Right off the side of it. Puck goes to the far corner. To the blue line. Lets one go wide of the net. O'Shea. Along the boards to the blue line. Kept in. Second effort. Comes out. Telford swipes at it. Tried to get it to Felix. Telford going up the wing. Steps around one. Telford getting hacked at. Mass steps up. Keeps it into the near corner. Andrade. Flying pressure. Blues up the side of the boards. Telford reads it. Gets it to Andrade. Loose puck in front. Felix. All kinds of pressure. Goalie flies on that one. 7:45 to go in the period. Ambrosio in for the draw. He'll win it. Delaney just bounces over a stick. Chipped at the blue line by the Blues through center ice. Mass off the boards to Nickel. Nickel chips it up to the blue line. And Blues will change directions. Over the Flyers' blue line. Throws it toward the net. Intercepted by Way. Loose puck, Mass. To the Blues player. He'll fire it wide of the net. Mass picks it up. It's got a bit of room. Off the boards to Nickel. Nickel off the boards to clear the zone. Puck comes to center ice. Ambrosio giving chase. Nickel with a good stick. Ambrosio, Nickel at the blue line. Puck comes out. Mass backhands that one into the zone to Ambrosio. He lets one go wide of the net. Lunny in the far corner. Under pressure. Backhands that to Nickel just out of his reach. Way. Steps up. Somebody's going to the box. Wade's going to the box. I think they called that for fighting, but I'm sure it was holding. There was no punch there. Flyers penalty. 6:35 to go in the period. DeCamillis, he'll win that draw to the far corner. Sloan off the boards. DeCamillis gets a stick on it to lift it over the Blues player. Blues center it. Jeffrey Stedman all over his man. Sloan lost the stick, going to pick it up. DeCamillis, good pressure, gets the puck behind the net to the far corner. DeCamillis playing hard, keeping it along the boards, killing the clock. Sloan's in, helping him out. Blues puck comes out to the near corner. Blues play it off the boards. Guglietti takes a spill, but keeps the puck along the boards. Thrown towards the net. Sloan picks it up. It's a bit of daylight. Knocked down. Blues skate around. Sloan all over his man. Loose puck in front of the net. DeCamillis. He'll fire that one the length of the ice. 1 minute to go on the penalty. Blues goalie out to play it. Sets it up. Guglietti giving chase. Blues get the red line and send it the length of the ice. Dittman will cover that for a whistle. .45 seconds to go on the Flyers penalty. Telford in for the drop. Bouncing puck. Telford gets it to the boards. He'll lift that to the blue line. Andrade tied up. No call. I guess he was coincidental. Blues to the center ice. He'll skate it down the wing. Andrade all over his man. Gets him to the near corner. O'Shea chips the puck to the near corner. O'Shea will win that foot race and pin the puck along the boards. Puck comes up the half boards. Telford gets a piece of it and sends it the length of the ice. 5 seconds to go on the Flyers penalty. Blues pick it up and begin the breakout. To the blue line. Kept in by Andrade. The second effort comes to Savory at the red line. Telford picks that puck up and neutral ice. Gets to the red line. And Blues player will turn it around. Send it back in the Flyer zone. Off the boards. It's the Blues player. They'll dump that puck in deep. Savory behind the net to O'Shea. O'Shea up to Andrade at the half boards. Andrade backhands that. Telford at center ice. Telford, Felix in over the blue line. Telford into all kinds of traffic. Cleared up, picked off by Nickel. Nickel to Telford. Telford back to Nickel. Nickel lets one go right in the glove. Ambrosio in for the draw, won by the Blues. They'll play it off the far board. Savory's there to intercept that. Gets a shot up, it's tipped in front. Nickel has a stick check, good effort. Keep it back. Ambrosio to the blue line. Has to wait for his team to clear. They're out. Ambrosio into traffic. Blues mishandle that one. The puck goes to the far corner. To the half boards. O'Shea pinches. Puck comes out. Savory with a good stick. Breaks up that play. Puck in the near corner. Thrown to the center by the Blues, but deflected in by Ambrosio. Ambrosio picks up the puck. Backhands that to Nickel just over the blue line. Blues with the puck at center ice. He'll send it down the wing. Yeah. Pile of bodies along the Flyers' blue line. Ambrosio gets a piece of it to center ice. Blues mishandle it. Lunny steps around him. Blocker save. Nice try, Lunny. You're going to send one of them to the box? Blues are going to the box. Flyers power play, 2:48 to go in the third period. Camillus in for the draw. Scrum picked up by Guglietti. He walks out front, throws a backhand, and the goalie will cover that for a whistle. Camillus back in for the draw. Tied up in some skates. Blues get it to the blue line and out. Way drops it to Mass. Mass will just lift it into the blue zone. Blues send that length of the ice. Mass chips it around to the near corner. Hits the brakes. Still with the puck. Throws it off the boards to Guglietti. Guglietti couldn't get it out of the blue over the blue line. Mass changes direction to the far boards to DeCamillis. DeCamillis up the wing. Takes it wide. Centering attempt through Guglietti's skates. Puck comes to the blue line to Mass. Mass lets one go. Hits a player and blocked by the Blues. Blues skated down the ice. Way steps into his man. He's going to the box for tripping. Unfortunate, but right call. 4-on-4 for a minute 2. Minute 50 to go in the game. DeCamillis in for the draw. Is it 4 or 5? A little miscommunication there. DeCamillis in for the draw. He'll win that back to Nickel. Nickel fires it off the boards to the blue line, not out. Blues. Sorry, that was Sloan, not Nickel. Sloan picks up the puck, brings it behind his net to the near corner. Tries to hit Guglietti coming out of the zone. Just behind him, picked up by the Blues. Guglietti with a good skate. Gets in the Blues blue line. He gets taken down. Blues going to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Telford in for the draw, minute 18 to go in the game. 4-on-3, won by the Blues. Picked up by Telford, but the ref was in the way. Thrown off the boards, just past Jeffrey Stedman. That'll go to the length of the ice. Jeffrey Stedman slows up, the Blues pick up the puck. Played to the point. Thrown on net, shot wide of the net. I think Dittman got a piece of it, but Jeffrey Stedman pulls it off the boards. Across to Sloan. Sloan up to Telford. Telford over the blue line. Back to 4-on-4. Centering attempt. Andrade just had his stick lifted. Blues player coming down the wing. In over the Flyers blue line. He'll come across. Shot glove by Dittman. On 4. Ambrosio in for the draw. 35 seconds to go in the game. Won by the Blues at the near boards. Chipped in deep. O'Shea throws it up. Sends it down the length of the ice. That's going to be too far. No, it's not. Icing waved off. Blues throw it off the far boards. Nickel off the boards to Ambrosio. Ambrosio gets taken down. Blues pick up the puck. Passed up center ice. Savory. Backhand to O'Shea. O'Shea up to Nickel at the blue line. Nickel gets bumped. And that'll do it for the game.